Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter. Welcome to week number 21 of my War of the Bounty Hunters recap for this epic Marvel crossover series. This week is a milestone. We're going to be discussing the final issue in the miniseries for War of the Bounty Hunters, War of the Bounty Hunters issue number 5. We're also going to be discussing Doctor Aphra issue number 15. So getting into the big one, this is the end of the miniseries right here, which is what really kind of kicked off this entire self-named War of the Bounty Hunters project crossover. So this is where everything comes to a head. We have Boba Fett, we have Valance on board the Slave One going after the Starrapter class shuttle, which is currently dead in space thanks to the Falcon, with the character of Lobot for disabling it. And aboard the Falcon you also have Leia and Lando and Chewie. Meanwhile, you have the Executor, which is trying to go and reach them. And you also have these Hutt ships commanded by Boku the Hutt and the Council to go after the Empire. So there's this just chaos, aboard everything going on right now above the planet of Jakara, which currently is where everybody met up to kind of bid for Han Solo and Carbonite, all led Crimson Dawn, of course, by Kira. So what happens is the Lambda class shuttle is basically retrieved by the Executor. So we have the Millennium Falcon and all the crew are actually given clearance to land on the Executor, and are given clearance by an agent of the Crimson Dawn, which is embedded inside of the Imperials on that ship. So really cool spy stuff going on there. Meanwhile, Valance and Boba Fett are just basically given docking privilege to go on there. So Valance and Boba Fett are reluctantly working together, and well, Boba Fett double crosses Valance and leaves him for dead, goes after Han Solo. Meanwhile, all the rebels go into that same room, but with all the chaos that's going outside, there's a missile that hits just at the right time when they're both at gunpoint with the rebels and Boba Fett going after Han Solo and Carbonite. Leia is so close to her love, to retrieving him. This bomb goes off from space, basically tears a hole in the ship. The whole carbonite chamber goes out, and then Boba Fett is successful in retrieving that. He brings it back to Jabba the Hutt in Jabba's palace, obviously on Tatooine. Meanwhile, we have Luke, we have Vader. Vader is called off from killing Luke by the Imperials, and specifically the Emperor, for saying that the Emperor wants him to deal with the Hutt Council. So Darth Vader literally executes all the Hutts. So the only Hutt that is left at this point between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi is Jabba the Hutt, and that's what we can see the foreshadowing of when he is dead. What's going to happen with all the Hutts, right? So that's going to obviously get into Book of Boba Fett territory there, and that's a video for a whole nother day. But getting back to War of the Bounty Hunters issue number 5, we learn in this issue that Leia learns about the love interest of Kira and Han. She's not so happy about that, as you can assume that. But by the end of this issue, it sets things up for the Crimson Reign series that is coming out in December. And we got confirmation of the Hidden Empire, which is the third part of this Kira story that Charles Soule has been writing and working on for literally years now. He's been setting this up. And at the end of this issue, Crimson Dawn wanted to be in this situation. They wanted to be in this spot where they could actually pull the strings of the Empire and mess around with the underworld. And we see Kira standing there with literally Ren from the Knights of Ren and a whole bunch of other Knights of Rens that are you can recognize them from the Rise of Skywalker. So we're getting huge things set up in this issue. But yeah, that's where everything ends. Boba Fett successfully, brings Han Solo and Carbonite back to Jabba's palace, and Jabba saying you should stay with me for a while. So we're really getting close to that Return of the Jedi territory there, but very good way to end off this epic mini-series. But as I said, the event is not over yet, because we also have Doctor Aphra issue number 15. So in this, we leave off with Destic and Aphra and Sana and Ariel and Just Lucky all in a battle against Destic, who is this Night Sister that works for Kira and Crimson Dawn. And well, Dr. Aphra is able to get a hold of this certain artifact that's called the Thought Dowser. And this is something from these people that are called the Ascendants, and she's able to tap into this power because she has this electronic tattoo which helps her hack into it. And this thing is able to basically make people do whatever the wielder of this thing wants. So in this case, she has Destic literally stabbing herself with her own dathomir and poison, and has all her bodyguards also kill themselves. So it's a very brutal thing, but in doing so, she burns off her tattoo, like her arm gets mangled bad. So we see all that happen, and she's able to retrieve, though, that necklace that Faline, that was a spy for the Crimson Dawn, had. And in doing so, she finds out how deep the Crimson Dawn crime syndicate goes, and as far as like the infiltration, how they've literally infiltrated every sect and possible organization in the galaxy, from the Sixth Kin to the Dominant Tags family to the Rebels to obviously the Empire. So many different affiliations have Crimson Dawn agents in it, and it just shows Dr. Aphra like the fate of the galaxy and how bad this is going to be, and it really sets us up for the future. So it's interesting because this story literally was completely separate from the War of the Bounty Hunters issue number 5. There wasn't any mention really of Dr. Aphra in that, but it's great because we get this whole other side of a story with Dr. Aphra. But I really do like how they gave us new information about this society, or whatever, this organization called the Ascendants. And they use this thought dowser to basically train the Sith apprentices with how to take hold of the lesser strong-willed people of the galaxy. So there you have it. That is week 21 for War of the Bounty Hunters. Even though the War of the Bounty Hunters miniseries is over, the event is not over yet. So now we're still waiting on the IG 88 one-shot. We still need the Star Wars issue. We still need the Bounty Hunters issue, as well as the Darth Vader issue for this month of October. And I think those will kind of factor in as more like a pseudo, maybe epilogues to kind of set us up with those characters for their future journeys. But I'm very looking forward to seeing the fallout of this huge, big deal with the Hutts and with the Empire and Crimson Dawn still at large. So very interesting stuff this week. What did you guys think of the ending of the miniseries for War of the Bounty Hunters? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more on Star Wars, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss an alert when another video goes up. I also have that weekly Star Wars podcast I do called Outer Rim Transmission. You can look that up, or you can watch video of it on the channel right now. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.